Hi, it's Paul Anderson, and in this video I'm going to go over the basics of the neuron. The neuron is the basic unit in the nervous system. In a simple animal like a nematode worm, they only have 302 neurons, but what they allow them to do is to take information in from their surroundings and respond to that information. If you look at how those 302 neurons are connected, it's very complex. Now, humans are quite a bit bigger, and we have 100 billion neurons in our body. Most of those are centered in the central nervous system, in the brain, and the spinal cord, but the basic unit of our nervous system is the same. It's the neuron. If we look at the neuron anatomy and remove all the other neurons, the center is going to be what's called the cell body. This is a typical cell. It's a metabolizing cell. It's taking in energy. It's using that energy, and so it's going to have a nucleus. It's going to have Golgi apparatus, mitochondria. It's a typical cell, but there are extensions of those cell bodies called the dendrites. Those dendrites are connected to other neurons, and they're taking information in the form of neurotransmitters. In fact, this whole side of the neuron is receiving information. We then have the axon. The axon is where we're transmitting information. It begins at the axon hillock and is going to move to the terminals. Now remember that the terminals, there's a synapse that connects it to other neurons. But the signal is going to move in this direction. We're taking in information from the dendrites, the cell body, and then we can send information to the next neuron. Now, neurons can also be classified according to their functional classification. Those that take in information, stimulus, coming in from our environment, and then the response that we have. So if we kind of move that to the central nervous system, we're looking at a cross-section of the spine. So we're taking information in from receptors. So these could be in the skin, for example, touch receptors, heat receptors, pain receptors. And so we have to transmit that information to the central nervous system. So those neurons that bring information in are sometimes referred to as sensory neurons or afferent neurons. You can see this is a unipolar neuron, and it's transmitting that information into the central nervous system. And then we have information going back out. We're sending information out to effectors in our body. It could be muscles, could be glands, and we're going to call those motor neurons. They're moving away from the center. Sometimes we refer to those as afferent neurons as well.